fight the power like BITCHUTE.
What's the status, Stream?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
There's a devil and an angel in my head.
The school system costs children, kids, as baby sheep. You better wake the fuck up or forever sleep. You don't need bars to be in prison, just think. They take cash out of your hand for a digital chip. So if you don't do as you're told, your money will go poof, like it didn't exist. We are almost the Walking Dead without the body bag zipped. This is community revolution in progress, but I'm no crip. As much energy is used to tear down and divide, you can use that energy to uplift and show there's no limit when you reach for the sky. Spells, spells, spells that I am casting. Words I speak are a gift of wisdom unwrapping. A work of art, I am a master craftsman. Painting pictures with the stroke of a pen, spilling ink on paper.
There's a devil and an angel in my head. When I was fighting the war, the devil was huge and the angel was tiny. When I started to repent, the angel grew and the devil became very small. Small, but he's a stubborn bastard.
With thoughts from within, some say it's the end, something new will begin. Look into the gates of the soul. I am him, I am God. Decisions, decisions, I create and destroy. Broke out this mental prison. Solve a problem and have 10 more like pharma's prescriptions. Life is too short, there's a headstone with your name inscripted. I turn my back to religion, took a seat on a throne. I am the light that torch enemies to skull and bones. I communicate with the other side, open portals, no cell phones. You are the power, why second guess, never think twice. I went from was to was, now I'm Charles Wise. So high, high as a zeppelin, dazed and confused. I'm God incarnated, no El Hakim or Druze.
There's a devil and an angel in my head. When I was fighting the war, the devil was huge and the angel was tiny. When I started to repent, the angel grew and the devil became very small. Small, but he's a stubborn bastard. He gives me bad advice, but my little angel says to me, no, don't listen to that bastard. Anything can happen, like someone upsetting me, for example, and I think about crushing that son of a bitch. The devil says to me, do it. But my little angel says, remember, you're out on bail, there are cameras. Freedom is wonderful, so be careful. I struggle because there's good and evil in everyone. God gave us free will to choose good or evil.
What is good? I was watching Hurricane JW's live stream this morning. That shit ignited a fire. Brought the warrior spirit right out again. I wish I could share my screen so I could play some of it. I have no clue what this live is going to be about. I wish I could play it. I don't have no more hotspot, so I can't use my laptop. And if you're on the phone, it don't let you share screen for some stupid reason. Maybe if you got an Apple phone, but I got an Android. Androids and Apple are trash. I want to get a phone that isn't trackable. Hurricane JW was talking about Biden. He was playing the speech Biden made about, basically Biden was saying, he's so retarded he can't even stand up straight and speak. Basically talking to the people that are true Americans who are truly about being free and tell these globalists to go fuck themselves. Biden was saying if people think they're going to, he basically said they got F-15 fighter jets for people like us. I don't know what more has to happen for people to know the government isn't for us and for us to start flushing these turds out of position. It's time to start flushing these turd nuggets right out of there. They won't hesitate to annihilate. You got they play a video of Putin. I don't know what the hell he's saying. Unfortunately, I'm not Russian, but the person translating it said that Putin was saying, "Why shouldn't he hit America?" And I don't blame him. America just can't mind their fucking business. But I think America, the politicians will use that and do it themselves like they did that September event. Blame Russia. Because that's what the piece of shits like to do, man. To the, with Biden in position, anything's possible. Hell yeah, it's a heat wave. It's hot as shit. It's hot as hell. I don't know what today's live stream. I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes to see if people come in here. The Warriors. I gotta get Hurricane JW up here one day. Hurricane JW, In the Groove or Groove, even Candy, people who have that warrior spirit, man. That's what I need today. That love telling the government to go F off. People should go check Candy's channel out too. She's dropping content more often now. She puts a lot of good on her commentary page. She puts a lot of good stuff. And sorry about yesterday, Danny. I had an emergency and I had to just end it. I didn't even have time to come back and say, yo, I gotta end it. I just fucking ended it. There was no disrespect towards no one. I just had to go quick. I apologize to you, but to no one else, I won't. No, I'm joking. As JG would say, I'm salty. Let's see. I was going to do some reading on tarot cards, because I am actually kind of intrigued on them stupid cards. I like symbolism in it. That's what I like. I was going to do something on, I'm pulling it up now. I was watching a short video and this guy was speaking on, what are these things called? Let's see. Shit. I think they're called, what are these things they put in the ice? Looking for it. No, wrong one. What the hell are these things called? A lot of birds in these trees here in front of my house. Dude, I had the fucking thing yesterday already. Obviously, it's not this one. What's this? It's called these things they got in the ice, and they're supposed to like detect motion and shit, but the guy said it's more than that. They create earthquakes and shit. It's just like technology they got in Antarctica. Alright. The Ice Cube Nerino Observatory. It says fuck all these cars come from? It's called the DOM. I knew it. I was thinking DOM. It's called the Digital Optical Modules. And these things they put in the ice. They're weapons. So, you know, people think Antarctica's a little piece of land at the bottom of this fake ass globe. If they got those modules in the 360 degrees, they're gonna cause a big event. But by the time people realize we gotta do anything about it, it'll be too late. It probably is too late. That's why they're going underground like the slimy worms they are. And like Hurricane JW said, yeah, go underground. But as soon as you stick your head out, you're getting your shit whacked off. Got my sniper. I need a bazooka, like Bazooka Joe Bubblegum. All right. My bad. Okay. Now, I waited, and once again, no one's coming up, so I'm going to move on without anybody. Tarot symbolism and divination. I wish I could share this. Like, so you can see these pictures. What is going on here? Oh. All right. So we'll start with the introduction. Do what thou will shall be the whole of the law. Under the title of Book T, the Tarot, the progenitor or I think it's the progenitor of this present volume appeared in the mid 1890s in the advanced curriculum of the Second Order of the Order of the Golden Dawn. That second order is properly called Ordo Rosae Ruby et Sancti Crucis, the order of the Ruby Rose and Golden Cross. The official instruction in question, which comprised manuscripts N, O, P, Q, and R of the RR, etc. The AC curriculum for the grade of Theoricus Adeptus Minor was written primarily or wholly by S.L. McGregor Mathers, known within the order as greatly honored Frater Deo Deus Comiti Fero, which means God as my guide, the sword as my companion. If titles and pedigree were sufficient to determine the quality of a written book, Book T surely would deserve our attention and praise. However, the reader may rightfully hope for a little substance to go with the pedigree, and possibly an original idea or two. Fortunately, it is in the matter of substance that Book T shines, emerging at the end of the 19th century. Among a select group of occult students, it is the earliest document known to give the entire, comprehensive, Kabbalistic key that is necessary for the full understanding of the tarot cards. We shall not discuss the origins of tarot in this short introduction. Others have documented its exotic history relatively well, and there is no reason for the typical reader to accept the esoteric history. This sucks reading this like this. Hold on. I like it better on my laptop. And there is no reason for the typical reader to accept the esoteric history, it being by its very nature incapable of verification. Furthermore, the history contributes little or nothing to our present subject, which is the understanding of the meaning of the 78 cards of tarot, especially as they apply to divination. Therefore, regarding origins, it should be sufficient to mention that by the time Brother Mathers wrote this monograph, tarot had been around for most of 1,000 years, had caught the fancy of many generations of Europeans, and yet remained something of an enigma. Western esoteric schools hold that tarot was intentionally designed as a book, each card representing a page of the book, and furthermore that the 78 pages being taken together provide a perfect pictorial articulation of all the chief elements of the Kabbalah. However, the key of the Kabbalistic interpretation of tarot seemed lost. It is hard to believe, however, that it was ever really lost. Once glanced upon by anyone with even the most trivial bits of Kabbalistic knowledge, it seems the most obvious thing one could imagine, at least in its broad points. This is part of what gives credence to the claim that there really has been an initiated oral tradition dating from Tarot's earliest days. Among the principal elements of the theoretical Kabbalah was especially find 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, 10 Sephiroth, or categories of manifestation, each existing in 4 worlds. The divine name spelled some Hebrew letters. Its individual letters are attributed inter alia to ideas of father, mother, son, daughter, and to the 4 elements. Against these, we may compare the 3 parts of the deck of tarot cards. Major Arcana, 22 trumps, Atis or keys. Minor Arcana, 10 numbered cards, each existing in 4 suits. Sounds like the playing cards, no? Court cards, 16, consisting of a knight or king, a queen, a prince or knight, and a princess in each of the 4 suits. With such parallels, the broad significance of these 3 parts of tarot is easy to see. In Europe, where tarot was as common as a pack of playing cards, and where the study of Kabbalah was at least as common as today. It is inconceivable that nobody would have seen and been impressed by the similarity of these 22 10 times 4 and 4 times 4 structures, even in the unlikely scenario that tarot somehow was not originally invented with Kabbalah in mind. The 2 would have been inseparably wedded in occultists. Damn it, I lost my spot by looking away for 1 second. Oh, and inseparably wedded in occultist minds long before the 16th century ended. Yet not a single mention of this exists in any of the vast esoteric writings surviving from those centuries. The only sensible explanation for this seems to be that the correspondence was taken so seriously that it went underground, and that a true secret tradition has existed for centuries. In fact, this is exactly what the esoteric schools have told us, as far back as we can trace. Only with the writings of Eliphas Levi in the mid-19th century was any popular statement made correlating the 22 tarot trumps to the 22 Hebrew letters. Though Levi gave the correspondence incorrectly, it is commonly speculated that he knew the correct attributions, but had sworn not to disclose them. On this, the evidence is divided. Nonetheless, only a few decades later, something very close to the correct attribution list was in the hands of S.L. MacGregor Mathers in the Golden Dawn. Mathers perfectly understood the significance of the 40 numbered cards and the 16 court cards. To their basic Kabbalistic correspondence is affixed, as well moderately complex set of astrological correspondences that may have been original to Mathers. If so, they are a testimony to his genius in his prime. He also knew the accurate correspondence of the 22 Hebrew letters to the 22 trumps, except for 2 trumps, for which the significance of the corresponding Hebrew letters corresponding has been obscured intentionally for over 1,000 years. It says Tazadi. I don't know what the fuck this is, but That's what it says. I'll put it in a chat. Maybe y'all can spell it out. That's how it's spelled. It says Tazadi is not the star. Specifically, the attributions of the Hebrew letters, it shows H-E-H and Tazadi, and the corresponding tarot trump cards called the Star and the Emperor, were erroneously reversed in the Golden Dawn scheme. The correct pattern was not known in Mather's lifetime. A full explanation of this discovery process is beyond the scope of this present introduction. It was explained in far detail by Aleister Crowley in the Book of Thoth, with the following brief but significant clarification given in the foreword to 776.5 tables of correspondence for practical ceremonial. Prior to the first decade of the 20th century, it was wrongly thought that the Hebrew letter He, H-E-H, was attributed to Tarot Trump 4, the Emperor, and to the zodiacal sign Aries, and that the letter Tazadi was attributed to Trump 17, the star, and to the sign Aquarius. However, in the course of Aleister Crowley's reception of Liber Legis, the Book of the Law, in April of 1904, it was revealed that there was an error in the attribution of the Hebrew letter Tazadi, that it was not the star. When Crowley first completed 777 in late 1906, he had not yet resolved this particular puzzle. But not many years later, he realized that the attributions of H-E-H and Tazadi had been previously blinded, distorted, and should be swapped. I'm going to call it Hey. I don't know what H-E-H, that's a letter in Hebrew. The letter primarily associated in Kabbalah with the Divine Mother, whose numerical value is 5, which most readily brings to mind the image of a pentagram, corresponds to Trump 17, called the Star, a beautiful image of the Great Mother and of material love, and to the constellation Aquarius, which the ancient Egyptians called the Celestial Nile, and by which they symbolized the vast body of infinite space, which we call the goddess Nut. Tazadi, a letter etymologically associated with ideas of paternity, corresponds to Trump 4, the Emperor, prime symbol of paternal will, and the constellation Aries. Its numerical value is 90, the number of degrees in each angle of a square. Thus, the number 4 and 90 are inherently related. Many pages could be expended merely outlining the chief clues that these are now the correct Kabbalistic attributions. Furthermore, initiates of the Thelmic Kabbalistic mysteries learned far more by both experience and instruction in their course of initiation than could possibly be given here. However, before leaving this project, please note that the Kabbalistic teachings have stated for centuries that the attributions of Tazadi have been wrongfully understood. This idea did not originate in 1904. One is reminded especially of the charming allegory in the Sefer HaZohar, attributed to Rabbi Chenananya, explaining why Aleph is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, yet God, that is Elohim, commenced creation with the letter Beth. the first letter of Bereshith. I think it's Bereshith, the first word of the Hebrew original of the book of Genesis. This story can be read in many translations and reproductions, but its gist is that each of the letters, beginning with Tav, processed by God's throne one by one, each asking to be the letter wherewith creation was commenced. Each argued its case, but God had a good reason to skip past each of them until Beth eventually won the honor of being the initial letter of Baraka, which means blessing. Since Shai Little, Aleph had not yet gotten a chance to be heard. It was awarded a special place in the scheme of things, but that would digress us further from the main point of the present digression, which is this: the letter Tzadi sought to be that force whereby the world was created, because it is the initial of Zedekim, the righteous, and because it is written, the righteous Lord loveth righteousness, and rejecting Tzadi for this particular honor, Elohim is quoted as saying, Tzadi, Tzadi, thou art truly righteous, but thou must keep thyself concealed, and thy occult meaning must not be made known or become revealed, and therefore thou must not be used in the creation of the world. The true occult, that is hidden meaning of this letter, was not then to be disclosed. Even at such an early date, it was thus recorded in the primary foundation literature of the Kabbalah that the true significance of Tzadi was not what it was suspected to be. 3 adepts in the 8 through 11 twist, whatever that means. Peace, Mind's Eye, Kimba, and Agnostic Principles. Three leading personages emerging from the Golden Dawn diverged from key element, the GD Tarot system, and made substantial contributions of their own to the 20th century study of tarot. These 3 were Arthur Edward Wyatt, Paul Foster Case, and Aleister Crowley. Clarification given in the foreword to 7, so didn't even turn the page. Wyatt, Case, and Crowley all noted the same seeming inconsistency in the numeration of 2 of the tarot trumps. Atu 8, Justice, is clearly and evidently related to the zodiacal sign Libra, even as Atu 11, Strength, is clearly and evidently associated with Leo. However, to fit the pattern that otherwise marked the GD Tarot model, it seemed that their numbers would need to be reversed. Wyatt and Case therefore swapped the numbers and made Justice Atu 11 and Strength Atu 8. Crowley, on the other hand, focused on the hitherto unsuspected reversal discussed above in the sequence of the cards attributed to Aries and Aquarius, the signs opposite of Libra and Leo. Its discovery made it unnecessary to alter the numbering of cards 8 and 11, Reference is made as before to Crowley's The Book of Thoth for a more complex explanation. In addition to addressing this Libra-Leo issue, each of these three adepts made a distinctive contribution. Liber Theta, and then it has an O. Crowley was the second to present Mather's book T. Anyway, I think I'm gonna. What is the point of all this stuff? Anyway. Crowley was the. I'm just gonna start with chapter 1 because I don't. Okay. It says. Okay. Yep. Titles of the symbols. Card 1, the Ace of Wands is called the root of the powers of fire. The Ace of Cups is called the root of the powers of water. The Ace of Swords. I got a better idea. I should have had this all prepared, right? I'm going to do the Book of Thoth, Chapter 1, the Major Arcana. The illustrated above is the Thelemic Holy Book, Liber Tav, or Tav. It shows a model for examining, studying, and meditating the relationships of the 22 Hebrew letters, and therefore the 22 trumps of the major arcana of Tarot. Based on Liber, has to be Liber, because it ain't Liber. It says, lay out the 22 trumps in the following pattern, observing the highest to lowest relationship of the 3 cards in each column. Notice that the whole may be viewed as rotating around the central letter. And that is Fortune, Kaf, corresponding to Atu X, the Wheel of Fortune. This one card is the emblem of the entire tarot, or to give its proper name, the Rota, or Wheel. Meditation of the Major Arcana. On the evening before your meditation, if you meditate in the morning, or early in the day of the meditation, if you meditate late in the day, study the text given in the following pages for the trump with which you will be working. Reflect on the ideas and associations expressed. Let these settle in your mind. Now, these tarot cards, like I said, I only like the symbols and the meanings behind them. Other than that, I personally don't think anyone could shuffle cards and pull them out and be like, this is this and this is that. It's like a hustle, man, you know? Like, I truly don't think someone would have to prove me wrong, man. Anyway, at the time set aside, prepare yourself for meditation by sitting comfortably, clearing your mind, and establishing rhythmic breathing. Have your magical diary and writing instrument at hand and open. Place the selected trump before you in sufficiently bright, full of spectrum light, situated so that you can comfortably look at it for the length of the meditation. Either place the single trump before you, or set out all 22 trumps in the pattern of Liber Tav, as shown on the prior page. Visualize yourself within an egg of light. Didn't they say this in a witchcraft book? The color of the meditation color listed for the trump routine. Fuck meditation. I already read that stuff. So we'll start with the 0 card. The Fool. The Fool. The Fool. Thou art the breath, caressing my cheek. Whoa. In thine incessant going, yet thou art with me always. The meditation color is yellow, infused with white. The Hebrew letter is Aleph. Bull or ox also means to learn. The vital motive power in an agricultural community, that which makes the crops grow, is the sound of the free breath, silent, unstructured, unconditioned. Card name, Latin, folies, a bag or sack of nuts, a large inflated ball or balloon, a pair of bellows. Users of the word late Latin saw a resemblance between a bellows or inflated ball and a person who was what we would call a windbag or airhead. A fool is the first recorded in English in a work written around the beginning of the 13th century with the sense of foolish, stupid, or ignorant person. This was near the origin date of tarot, from the Indo-European root bahel, to blow or swell, with derivatives referring to various round objects, and to the notion of tumescent masculinity, bull, ball, phallus. Contrast this name to wisdom, chakma, the esoteric meaning, the scintillating or fiery consciousness. It is the essence of the veil that is placed before the ordered arrangement of the powers. Who walks this way acquires a special dignity. He can stand face to face before the cause of causes, the tree of life. The Chakma to Kether links wisdom and the crown or infinite will with unconditional being. Chia with, man, these words are bugged out. Yechida, or the Father, with the Ancient of Days, wisdom, stepping off into nothing. The esoteric title, the Spirit of Ether, tantric and alchemical significance, alchemical Mercury, Sattva, Kundalini, life force, the divination and spiritual matters. The Fool means idea, thought, spirituality, that which endeavors to transcend earth. Originally, it says audacity. In material matters, it means if badly dignified, folly, stupidity, inconsideration, eccentric, or even mania. There's 77 cards. I could do 2 cards a day. It'll take about a month. Card 1, the Magus, Mercury. What word compares to thine unending universe of love? Rudely interrupted. Never fails. Every time I get interrupted. Anyway, where was I? What words compares to thine unending universe of love? O plant thee thy word in the chalice of my heart, and I will bear thee children that shall walk the pathways of the stars, and shall know the Father, then beget them, or begot them, sorry. Meditation colors yellow, the Hebrew letter Beth, house, including temple or house per se, or something to house or contain something else, or in which to dwell, an architectural construct, descendants, progeny, bloodline, the house of David, literally preposition, and B is a projective sound. The card name Magus, Latin, magus, from Greek magos, from Old Persian magus, Indo-European roots mag, to be able or have power, root of may and dismay, might, machine, mechanic, magic. The esoteric meaning, the clear or transparent consciousness. It is the substance of that phase of majesty that is called revelation. It is the source of prophecies that seers behold in visions. The tree of life, Binah to Kether, understanding, and the crown is the same thing as the one I read earlier. The esoteric title, the magus of power. The tantric and alchemical significance, the priest, the logos, or inseminator of the operation. The divination is skill, wisdom, initiative, adroitness. Yeah, adroitness, whatever that means. Adaption, elasticity, craft, constructiveness, cunning, deceit, theft. Sometimes means occult wisdom or power, sometimes a quick impulse. May imply message, business, transactions, or the advantage or interference of intellect or learning with the matter at hand. It's kind of stupid to do that because I can't show the cards and the symbols, but that's cool. Where did I wonder if what's his name still in here? Smith W. I want him to come up and I want to hear him out, what he has to say about a lot of stuff. Considering no one else would listen to him. I would. I bet you he has a lot of good stuff to say. But he probably left. Bam, 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 bam. A lot of people say some dumbass shit, man. Sometimes I wonder, like, people have nothing better to do than to go into people's chats, say some dumbass shit. It's actually pretty sad. It's why we're in this position, fucked over by the government because of idiots.
To be a consumer is to be a slave. It's just that simple. Under the umbrella called marketing, you need that burger, you need this shake, you need that outfit, you need this purse, you need this medicine from the pharmaceutical company, even though it's going to cause you to have heartburn, diarrhea, and all that. You need all that. That's why it's called television programming. Each channel brings a different frequency. Each frequency a different energy. Each energy a different vibration. Each vibration draws to you that which you are focused upon. None of this is just by happenstance. They know what they're doing. So what do they bombard you with? Fear, lack, worry, disease. If you vibrate that continuously, by divine right and law, you must experience that. To be a consumer is to be a slave. It's just that simple. Under the umbrella called marketing, you need that burger, you need this shake, you need that outfit, you need this purse, you need this medicine from the pharmaceutical company, even though it's going to cause you to have heartburn, diarrhea, and all that. You need all that. That's why it's called television programming. Each channel brings a different frequency. Each frequency a different energy. Each energy a different vibration. Each vibration draws to you that which you are focused upon. None of this is just by happenstance. They know what they're doing. So what do they bombard you with? Fear, lack, worry, disease. If you vibrate that continuously, by divine right and law, you must experience that. To be a consumer is to be a slave.
Bingo! B-I-N-G-O. Mm-mm. Okay. I'm on to some of these people, man, and their 18 accounts they have. I wish people. No, I don't. I'm gonna agree with that. But you know what? I'm not even gonna give any of my energy to that stupidity. What's up, Kimba?
Good morning, Charles. How you doing? How you doing?
Always can be better.
I know. It's not all of us, you know. Not all of us.
Peace to Maria Ekman.
What do you got planned for today, Charles? Anything? Anything at all?
Not really. Celtics won last night, so
I know. I heard that.
they didn't play me to care. I'm still a little happy they won.
Yeah. I heard that. I had a few people tell me. I know a few men that whether they know about what's going on with the sports or not, they'll still watch them. I mean, just because we find out stuff doesn't mean you have to stop the enjoyment of it.
Yeah.
So I'll still watch a game if I wanted to, regardless. I wouldn't be out there betting money on it. I won't go too far.
Because Gematria NBA championship is 185, right? When the Celtics won, they became 18-5 all time. They won their 18th championship. And I think it's been 18 years since their last championship in 2006. So, well, it was 2006, 2007 season. But yeah, that's 18 years. And considering all these Celtics players that passed away while the playoffs were going, there's a lot of symbolism in it. I watched that guy, Simple Truth TV, man.
Who?
Simple Truth TV. He does gematria. Yeah, he does a good job.
Oh, okay.
I thought the Celtics would have won it the other year, but they lost to the corny Warriors. Oh man, it's gonna be in the 90s today. Oh man, dude.
Oh, it's been hot here, boy. Hotter than a mother.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping to go to Tennessee next month, but that ain't looking good either. I'm waiting and seeing if I get any answers back.
Oh, about Tennessee. Yeah.
Anyway.
Now the Panthers lost. I watch hockey. I like hockey. Panthers lost, and that's really weird because they normally win. They're a very good team. I lived down there. I went to their games, and they lost. I couldn't believe that. But then I was like, well, the more I thought about it, I was like, well, if they do mess with them, it might make sense now.
I thought there were 70 something tarot cards.
I thought there was two, like 70 something. Hold on, look at my decks here. I got my two decks. Thought it was 70 something too, or is it? I don't even know. Let's see what they say. Well, don't say on the box. Oh, 78 card. Yep. You have 22 major arcana and 56 lesser arcana. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking 52, the number 50. Okay, so it's between the larger and smaller arcana. Okay. I'm still messing with mine.
And the Magician are the two I just read. Then you got the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, which is the Hanged Man. Or no, not that one. There's another one. Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the World.
Yes, I have a little book with one of my card decks that will tell you what each card means. The other deck don't have nothing, but the newest deck I got has a book that explains each card, you know? I don't see it. I haven't even been outside yet in my own house. We'll walk up there and see how it feels.
An overview. It says Aries dates March 21st to April 19th. The symbol's the ram. Sirius Libre, peace. Maggot, peace. The mode plus element is cardinal fire. The ruling planet is Mars, of course, because Mars and Aries are the gods of war. It's the first house. The mantra is I am. That's I always say that. That's scary. The body part is the head. The colors are red and mustard. That's wild because I love the color red. And the tarot card is the Emperor. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. And that's pretty much how those born under this sign see themselves. First. That's very true. Aries are the leaders of the pack. First in line to get things going. Whether or not everything gets done is another question altogether. For an Aries prefers to initiate rather than complete. Do you have a project needing a kickstart? Call an Aries. That is true, man. By all means, the leadership displayed by Aries is most impressive, so don't be surprised if they can rally the troops against seemingly insurmountable odds. They have that kind of personal magnetism.
Yeah, Aries live in the dark night of the soul, too. So it's kind of hard for Aries also to try to, just, you know, the stuff I look at. It's kind of hard for them to find like a peace of mind, keep that, kind of happiness and stuff going, because Aries do live in the dark night of the soul, you know?
If people want me to read yours, I'll read it.
Oh, go ahead, read it.
Aries, it says, Aries sign won't shy away from new ground either. Those born under the zodiac sign are often called the pioneers of the zodiac, and it's their fearless trek into the unknown that often wins the day. Aries is a bundle of energy and dynamism. Dynamism? I don't know. Kind of like a Pied Piper, leading people along with his charm and charisma. The dawning of the new day and all of its possibilities is pure bliss to an Aries. Aries planetary rulership. Let's see. This says the day or diurnal home of Mars, while Mars found a nocturnal home in brooding and secretive Scorpio. In this fiery sign, Mars has full affinity and potency in the warrior. I'm gonna fucking flip out. This thing keeps coming up in front of me when I'm reading. It's like advertisement. Go away. Nobody wants that here. It Mars has full affinity and potency in the warrior archetype of the sign, being able to be as primal, combative, and fearless of a planetary force as it likes to be. Mars in Aries is found in charts of courageous, often athletic people. That's true.
Oops, you hit the wrong button. Oops. Please hold. He'll be right back, my friends. Meanwhile, let me show you my sky. This is the sun area, my friends. Come on, let's go water my orange tree while we wait for Charles. Charles, what'd you say? What'd you do? Bring Charles back to me. Here you are. You're back.
Yeah, it booted me out for no reason. Here we go. It hasn't happened in a long time. Now, in the last 2 days, it's been booting me out.
Okay. All right.
Kimba?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
What
outside. I'm
sign are
here.
you?
Oh, Capricorn. Yeah, re-Capricorn. Capricorn.
Let's see. The cardinal air sign for Aries is Libra. And it likes to connect. This is Venus. When Libra is ruled by Venus. There's a bunch more for Aries to read, but I'm gonna the fall of Saturn. Anyway,
Ooh.
I'll get back to that.
Yeah, Saturn's my ruling planet. Okay. Saturn's my ruling planet.
I gotta find Sagittarius here. If these videos don't stop coming up, there we are. Zodiac signs. I'm trying to read and these like advertisements just keep popping up. The age of Aquarius brings floods as she pours water. Or what if it's the Aquarius is pouring knowledge into the mind? That's why so many people today are waking up to the illusions and lies that are being so many people's eyes are opening. The veil's been lifted. It'd be nice if we could like, you know what I want to do. Let me see.
Because the age of Aquarius, yeah, that's the age of information. It is.
Jump to your side. Aquarius ain't even here. Why? Oh, there it is. Aquarius, January 20 to February 18. Aquarius is a fixed masculine air sign. Hold on. Why did it skip all the way down here? Okay. Aquarius is a fixed masculine air sign ruled by Saturn and Uranus. That's a shitty situation. It's associated with the 11th house of greater communities, friendship, and dreams. Aquarius is a paradox. Its fixed nature is unmoving, yet its air qualities prefer innovation. Aquarius is a technological sign, preferring both structure of Saturn. Hold on, what's going on here?
Oh, he did it. Bring me back, Charles. Charles, you got fat fingers today, my friend. Bring those fat fingers back. I'll go make my tea. Get my pretty sky picture. Well, how's everyone doing? I knew a joke was going to come as soon as you said Uranus, because it was already in my head. I hear you, kitty. Let mommy drink her tea. Some nice hot lemon and ginger tea with iodine in it. With some, what's this other stuff? I forgot. Oh, black elderberry. Good for immune support. That's what I put in my tea, my friends. It's tea time with Kimba while we wait for Charles. Dirty little lab rats. They're both strong in your chart, Danny. Yeah, Saturn is my ruling planet. I've always been able to deal with both sides. The evil and the good, if you know what I mean. I know how to pretty much balance out both sides. Already. Right, kitties? Okay, let me get you treats so you stop meowing at me. Oh, you're back.
This is pissing me off, man. I think it's the title of my video pissing them off. All of a sudden I'm getting booted out like this. Where was I?
You were reading the Aquarius thing. Last thing you left off with is the Uranus and.
Oh yeah, there's silver and blue, and the tarot card is the star. And the body part's the chin. The mantras I know, and the house is 11th, and I'm pretty sure. So this is Aquarius is the 11th sign of the zodiac, and Aquarians are the perfect representatives for the age of Aquarius. Those born under the horoscope sign have the social conscience needed to carry us into the new millennium. Those of Aquarius zodiac sign are humanitarian, philanthropic, and keenly interested in making the world a better place. Along those lines, they like to make the world work better, which is why they focus much on their energy on our social institutions and how they work or don't work. Like, Aquarians are visionaries, progressive souls who love to spend time thinking about how things can be better. They are also quick to engage others in this process, which is why they have so many friends and acquaintances. Making the world a better place is a collaborative effort of Aquarians.
When you're done with that one, Charles, I want you to read the Capricorn one.
All right.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what that says, because I know we're pretty neutral amongst all the signs, which makes us a little rare.
Hey, what's up, Marcel? Marcel's in the house.
Hey, Marcel.
Cancer, you said?
Capricorn. Capricorn. Oops. Capricorn. Me and Mind's Eye are both Capricorn.
Cap that corn, son.
And then you might, yeah, and then you might see, Charles, because a Capricorn and Aries together, they can either be a great combination or a dangerous one.
Yeah, one woman I was born on April 1st. My high school love. Yeah, it didn't. Our energies were bumping heads all the time
Oh, I bet.
because we both were rulers.
Yeah, you're headstrong. Well, that's the same with a Capricorn. We are too. We're leaders. So that's why I say Capricorns and Aries, they say tend to butt horns, you know? They both have horns, they butt horns. That's why I said I've had a couple ex-boyfriends that were Aries. And I remember they were so headstrong. I mean, I loved it, but then a part of me was like, "Oh man, get settled down," because I was over here like I'm trying to control myself. That's hard enough, but now I got you to worry about. I was like, "Oh, yeah." Read Capricorn, Charles. I want to Capricorn.
All right. So you're a Capricorn.
Yep.
I like what Seriously Ray said. I'm friendly, but I prefer to be alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Like that. So.
Capricorn's December 22nd to January 19. Capricorn is a cardinal, feminine earth sign, ruled by Saturn, and associated. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Saturn, Satan,
Yeah.
Chronos. It's all one and the same. And there's nothing spooky or evil about it. Ruled by Saturn and associated with the 10th house of career, reputation, and goals. Capricorn focuses on building an empire with its feminine cardinal abilities, facilitated through earthy stoicism. Capricorn plays the long game to ensure incredible success. I don't know what stoicism is, but
Stoicism.
look this up. I'll put it in the chat. I want to know what stoicism means. Actually, I think I could do it this way. If I hold it like this, boom.
Stoic. To be stoic. I think that's a little more pulled in. I'm trying to think of the definition here.
Yeah,
I'm not even. Oh, okay.
I think I could. Yeah, all I got to do is touch the letter, and the definition comes up. It says Stoicism is a school of thought that flourished in Greek and Roman antiquity. It was developed by Hellenistic Greeks. Stoicism is a realistic but morally idealistic way of living that teaches how to live in harmony with nature and reason, and how to cope with adversity and emotions. Stoicism is one of the most sublime philosophies in the history of Western philosophy. Bye, Stoicism. Get out of here. Come on, man. Oh, that's why I want to do it. Now, where was I? Ruled by Saturn, Capricorn is tasked with the karmic duties of time, lessons, and authority. No other sign can shoulder the weight of the world as a Capricorn can. So it's no surprise that Capricorn is expressed as the sea goat or goat. Much like a goat clinging to the mountainside, Capricorn will I think it's tenaciously persevere. Let's see. Learn more about Capricorn.
Oh my! To carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. And that's exactly what I go through. That's amazing. That's crazy.
Okay. So Capricorn did that. It's the 10th house. The mantras I use. The body part is the knees. Like, what does that matter? The body part. The colors are brown and khaki. The
Right?
tarot card. Oh my God, is the devil. And the only reason the tarot card's the devil is because the ruling sign is Saturn. And Saturn, and then the symbol is the goat. And it makes sense that the devil would have the symbol of the sea, because that's why they say Jesus walked on water was to disrespect Satan, because he's the ruler of they say the sea. That's why Poseidon has a trident like the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Satan, Santa, like so many deities you could just, they're all the same but different versions. It's fucking, anyway. Capricorn, we read that. The 10th sign and mountain goat of the zodiac. That's right. Huh. Capricorn is the mountain goat of the zodiac.
Yep.
It's all about hard work. Those born under this sign are more than happy to put in a full day at the office, realizing that it will likely take a lot of those days to get to the top. That's no problem, since Capricorns are both ambitious and determined. They will get there. Life is one big project for those folks, and they adapt to this by adopting a busy-like approach to most everything they do. Capricorns are practical as well, taking things one step at a time and being as realistic and pragmatic as possible. Those with the Capricorn zodiac sign are extremely dedicated to their goals, almost to the point of stubbornness. Those victories sure smell sweet, though, and that thought alone will keep Capricorns going.
Mm. Hold
Let's
on.
see cardinal mode. Capricorn is the last of the 4 cardinal signs of the zodiac. Ooh.
Oh, damn. Well, I like that. The only thing I know about Capricorns is that they're pretty neutral amongst all the signs. And I've been saying for a while that kind of makes Capricorns like a big sitting duck. We get to sit here and handle all emotions and stuff around us. That's very interesting. Weight of the world. That's why I sit here and drink my tea. Because my body is it care my body in peace of mind as much as I can. I'll sip here on my tea. Interesting. Charles, maybe your Aries and my Capricorn, maybe we're button horns right now. Button horns, my horns are kicking you off. They don't mean to. I'm sorry, come back. That's a good analogy. Wow, wow. No, I'm going to stay here. Charles, no, I am Kim. It's my stream. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I forgot. I just came up here to visit. Don't let our horns get in the way. Wow. Maybe we have too much energy, Charles, between the both of us. I already said it. Capricorn and Aries together could be dangerous if used in the right way. I know. There you are. You're back. Okay.
Motherfuckers.
I think our horns are colliding, Charles. Joking.
I'm getting real pissed off.
No.
Bullshit.
Our horns were buttoned, probably. Never know.
I'm wearing number 9, right? I forgot what they said to add up, but my number is 9 or 6. The 666.
Okay.
Let's see if I could do chat. I mean, anyone could write this stuff, right? But some stuff people, they probably do surveys, right? And that's how they figure out. I know Marcel's an Aries.
Oh, he is? Oh, okay.
I think so, right? Yeah, no, he's a Taurus. That's right. My bad.
Oh, okay. So okay, that makes a lot of sense. No wonder you're another Earth. He's another Earth sign. Okay, I get along very well with Tauruses. Most of my friends are Tauruses.
I think Marcel's like April Taurus. Yeah, see, he was April 28th, I think.
Okay, yeah. Most people I get along, like my last friend here in my neighborhood, she was a Taurus. We got along really well. So
My mom used to say I'm on the cusp of Aries and Taurus because I'm April 19th, 27th. That was a day off.
You're on the cusp.
The borderline. I'm like so many hours, and I would have been a Taurus, a Ford Taurus. Man, I remember when the Ford Taurus came out. It was like the 4-door version, and things were junk.
The Taurus.
Oh my God, them things were horrible. Even the cops, the detectives would use them. And I mean, the engine was all right, but the rest of the car sucked. I mean, Ford means found on road dead.
Yeah, that's what people. Yeah, that's what a lot of people they joke about. I think just the Chevy people say that though, you know?
One apple a day and one shit a day keeps the doctor away. Yeah, if you're not shitting every day, and especially with all the chemicals and all the food we eat, and that sits in your colon, you're definitely gonna get sick. It's how a lot of men get colon cancer. I looked it up because I was like, damn, how come the doctors want to stick fingers up men's butt in their 50s all the time? And because of colon cancer. And why else would that, it ain't a natural thing. We're like, oh, it's passed down in genetics. That's a cock of shit, man. It's what's in the food.
I don't know. I never thought into that situation, Charles. Hey, Christos, I never thought into that situation when they do that. What would be the whole grand thing behind that? Besides torturing you, literally.
These people need to pay for what they've done. It's only fair in the balance of the universe.
That's interesting. Toyota, look what Christos put. Toyota and the Oriental brand seems to be better from what I heard. Oh, and the Oriental brands. Yeah, exactly. The overseas cars, exactly. The China cars like Toyota and Honda, and those last forever. I know. I had a Honda Prelude. I drove that thing literally into the ground. So it literally was almost on fire. Every Toyota I've had, they last forever when they come from there. That's the thing. You know.
Let's do Taurus real quick. If it'll let me.
Okay.
And the groove. What did you call that video? In the groove called it the groove something, and I said perfect.
I know. Japanese. Oh, it's Japanese. Okay.
I don't want a weekly fucking horoscope. I want just the horoscope. Why does that have to be week or month?
Or daily, like in the newspaper. Remember when they put the horoscope in the newspaper? You get your daily horoscope. That was like the one
I used
thing
to
I'd go
read
to the
them,
comics and the horoscope. Remember that?
and a lot of times they would be right, and it'd blow my mind. I'd be like, "Who the fuck wrote this?"
Right. Who's in my mind? Get out of my mind. This happens to be accurate.
I think we're, yeah. Let's say I'm an Aries, so under them when them stars are directly over where I am, they probably vibrate to that more. But in reality, I think we all can relate to all 12 zodiacs, anything anyone writes, because in reality, we're always under all 12 year round. But of course, you're born under, if that's even the right, if this, we're going by the Gregorian calendar, but to other calendars were different signs. People forget that this ain't even the real year because they
Well,
changed the fucking calendars.
well, you know what? Oh my God, that's so interesting. I never thought about that till just now. What if all these signs are just like you said, a lot of us have, ruling planets on the cusp of this, on this, on that. What if that's another thing for us people to divide each other? Oh,
I think all the planets are ruling. We're always under all 12. We're under all these so-called wandering stars. Um, we could use them all to our ability. Why just be stuck with one? Um, when I figured out the Gregorian calendar and how shit is the time is off and like the signs could be off, I was like, damn. So I might not even be an Aries for sure. That's
oh,
why the ancestors were on point, because when you were born at that night, they would go look up and see what sign was over the fucking house at that time, and that's where you probably were. Mm. What if that's why I say it's important to to chart the stars yourself. Find a way to get the stars and erase all the names and create your own, man. Why not? It's your reality.
yeah, that's interesting about the signs and everything. I never thought about that before. I never thought that deep into the signs, but I'm sitting here thinking that could be a way to have people be like, "Well, I'm this, and I can do that, and I'm this, and I'm capable of that." I can go that far. They get people like, "Well, I can do this. Well, I can do that, and you can't do that, and I can do that." And they're like, "What?" And we all, like people are saying, it's like we all have a little bit of it in us. I don't know.
Well, the word planet is just a plane with a net, and we are on a plane with a net over our head.
Well, do you want to? Okay, listen. Do you
No
want to hear my?
chances came up with that. I got to give them credit for that. Go ahead,
I was
Kimba.
gonna say, do you want to know my theory amongst the planets?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't even have the planet chart on my closet anymore. Okay, how can I show this? Okay, I gotta put myself in the camera. I wish I had still had my little thing here, planets, okay, but I don't. I had to rip it down. These are notes to myself, but to remind myself. The planets, if you notice, okay, the planets, the colors and whatever, if you kind of flip them or look at them, I was over here with the thing of the planets versus our chakras. And the planets look like that's not there anymore. The planets look like they were flipped. Look like the colors and everything were flipped upside down, like our chakras. So for me, my little thing is, I've always said they have us looking so far away from us, we're looking out into space at big spinning balls, possibly energy. What if it's not just our chakras they're talking about, and they gave us planets? Because a lot of us are aware that everything they want us to look at and within us, they give us something outside of us to go to. So I've been over here messing around and playing with that. And I'm like, the chakras are the same color as the planets. They're kind of in reverse mode, though. What if there aren't even planets out there? They got us caught on this, that, when the planets line up. What about when our chakras line up? What about when our chakras?
These stars go, they be all over the place. How do we even know they're stars? But that's what they look like when you zoom in on them.
I
look like
honestly,
any
in
other
my opinion, there's no planets. I don't even think there's planets. I want to know who went out there in space and rode around and documented all these spinning balls and gave them names, and none of them are hitting each other. And then we have the situation when the planets line up just happens to the people. What about when your chakras line up? The same stuff is supposed to happen to us, right? So again, I'm over here like planets. Oh, spinning balls are probably energy far from us.
They like
that could be right here in us. That's what I'm saying, you know? That's all I'm saying. I yield. That's my thing.
BAAL.
Huh? What? I didn't hear you, Charles. Like a lot, let me tell you, I got a Mercury retrograde book. And I have people say to me, why haven't you read the Mercury retrograde book? And I always say, well, as soon as I believe in planets, firmly really believe in them, I'll probably really go into it. Right now, I just read a little bit of it.
There are bright stars that people can see that they named their gods. And I've always had a problem with that, and I've said this a million times, I know, but even in school, I'd be like, well, why can't I name the stars what I want to name them? Why do I got to follow these people? That's what they see. I don't see that. Then you were called crazy and stupid, and they said in school that I couldn't focus or anything. I didn't want to focus. It's not that anything was wrong with me.
You know,
I didn't want to. Yeah, it's boring.
Yeah.
Sucked.
Subconsciously, you knew it was bullshit. That's the thing. A lot of us subconsciously, like you said, bored.
It's a waste of time.
Bullshit. Your subconscious talks to you a lot more than a lot of people really think. It's a matter of if you listen and you pay attention, you know? I've noticed that. A chakra, a spinning disc.
Like that guy, that actor. What's that actor's name? Terrence Howard. Trying to disprove 1 + 1. Like, who gives a fuck? It's a concept of mathematics made up to either measure or count, which, you know, all this multiplying and ratio or whatever, all that, I'm not even like well versed in math, because I was just like, all you need to know is how to measure, add, subtract. That's it. Everything else is irrelevant. A mathematician and all. I used to think it's just a waste of time. Can't you simplify things? Like, they just make it difficult and act like they're intelligent and smart. Right? It could be anything could be simplified, measuring and counting. They got to do like all this other shit.
They're always giving us an illusion outside of ourselves to solve. Period. But trying to give us everything is always an illusion outside of ourselves. Charles, let me tell you, do you know how I am coming up with a lot of stuff? It's not going back and forth with people. It's not listening to this, listening to that video, doing this. I did that for too damn long.
Looking within yourself.
Exactly. It's all in yourself. But see, this is the thing. People can be easy to say it's within you. This is my thing, though. But are you doing it? We could talk about information all day. Okay? We could talk about information all day.
I do it all the time. That's where I get most of my decisions from.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me go deep here for a minute. I'm going to go very deep for a minute, okay?
No, I don't got my scuba suit on.
Okay, well, you might drown, Charles, but hey, I'll share the oxygen tank with you. But
What's up, Hurricane JW? People go listen to his stream from yesterday if it's still up, man. It was a motivating stream. For sure, man. No bullshit. That shit'll light that warrior spirit. They'll light that fire under your ass. Anyway, go ahead,
okay.
Kimbo. I'm stoned.
Okay. Oh, you are? Okay, that makes because I'm not there yet. So that's why I want to get this out now, because I'm not at that stone frame of mind yet, and I want to get there real fast. Okay, to go within. When I had a lot of people saying, go within, I was over here like, I'm going within, and I'm doing all kinds of stuff to go within. But I wasn't believing in the concept of go within. And I was like, what am I really going to get from go within? Then I stopped and really worked on the concept of going within. I worked on it so much where I had to make myself actually believe it, you know? Like, believe that you are going to get the answers. That's the most important thing. Because that's what I'm saying. A lot of people can say, yeah, you go within. We get the answers we get. But if you're getting the answers, like for me, I wouldn't be looking other places if I know how to go within and get the answers. So like for me, with the planet thing I was just saying, I didn't go off of what anyone said, did, any information. I simply had the poster on my closet, and because I sit here and, you know, talk to myself and think and actually say out loud, I need some more answers, man. I need some more answers, keys, whatever, to help me get through this game called life. I actually say it out loud and believe in it. And when I do, I have the information come to mind. So when I was sitting here one day, I was just like, you know what? I really don't think there's any planets. And that's when I came up with that on my own. And I don't go around and say it to many people because a lot of people aren't there yet. You know, everyone's got the levels of seeking knowledge in themselves and the information going within.
There's some sort of energy. That's what I think stars are. They could be just a firmament. It reminds me of like a hologram machine or something. Like, I know the firmament's spinning. They could be holograms. I don't know what the hell them things are, but they're definitely vibrating. And maybe in some sort of body of water, the ether, the firmament, whatever people want to call it, a barrier, the prison wall. A lot of this shit, Kimba's right, I think, is information that keeps the mind running in circles.
Yes. There you go.
It's a waste of time. It's a waste of, you know, I'm learning that the system is a waste of my reality, period. I wasted a lot of years in this life breaking my back and working for money, and I would just think sometimes, man, if this is what life's really supposed to be about, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
How many generations have repeated working their ass off and dying? And if you don't do it, you're like labeled all this stuff because you don't want to like go along with the system.
Well, Charles, you know what's crazy, and I realized yesterday, again, because I was just sitting with myself, and that's a good point in the groove. Like, who told us that? You know, that would be right. The answers within. I was sitting outside yesterday in my yard, and I was realizing to myself, I've had 3 generations of men. No, 4. Hold on. Oh my. 4, 5. I have, okay. Oh, 6. Oh, no, okay. Yesterday I was thinking I had 3 generation of men who became a prime product of the system. So it's like we haven't had men in our household. Now I'm thinking more deeply, there's actually more. And then I struggle with the fact over here of trying to balance my feminine and masculine side, you know? So much to where I get hard on myself. And then when I sat yesterday and I was thinking about it, I was like, well, now I know why. We've had every man in our family not either get to the point where, you know, a man would probably be somewhat in their strength. And I was like, in our whole family. And guess who carried that weight around, Charles? My sister. She was being the manly figure. Check this out. She's now dead by her own choice decision, okay? Now I am having to really be the man role in my family because I have a mother who's going downhill, my 8-year-old niece, you know, my son who's just trying to find who he is. But right now he's trying to do it through a woman. And I can't tell him different. I could just say, well, that ain't the right road, son, you know, but he's got to find out for himself. So all these generations of men somehow, you know, so a lot of women, like for me, we're gonna be more, you know, we're gonna have to have that because like we're trying to hold together like a fort, or your family. I'd say your family called your family, and the men are slowly just going away, you know. And then you got the females trying to step up and help the man because of, you know, what society has done, and that's taking a toll on the females too. And the females are, and I know a lot of females I talk to were like, oh my God, we're so tired. Not gonna joke. We're tired because a lot of us are making up for, like, you know, stuff, the men's spot. And I'm sure the men with women too. I'm seeing a lot of men have to hear women out and be gentler with the women because the men aren't there to do it with the women. It's, you know, the whole, the big cluster. You know, okay, I yield.
I think life's supposed to be about being, you know, raised with your mother and father. That's a sacred bond. Creating children and raising them. I think the system most likely, you know, gets in the way of that. But you got to pay these people who just, you know, say they're in charge, right? They create this paper that has no value to it. And people should be raising children and having a piece of land and growing food and connecting with the earth. There's something sacred about growing your own food and having that bond with the earth and the plants, putting your genetics with the plants.
Yep. Well, that's the thing, Charles. If I don't know, I remember when I was younger, we were, and even till this day, still, me and my sister both were like, we did not fear the law, and we didn't fear the cops and whoever. You know who we feared? Our parents. Back in those days, we had the respect. And we were like, bringing the FBI, arrest us, take us away forever. But do not call our parents. That's when kids were really listening to their parents. Now, as time goes on, they're listening more to the devices, you know, the phones. And I witnessed it firsthand in my house and with many other families around me, that kids won't even listen to the adults. Instead, they're running to the phone. And even the adults are running to the phone like this is their knight in shining armor, their savior. I've even tried to take a phone away from my son and my mom because it was overuse, how they were acting. So I was like, yeah, just take a break. And the way they acted, They went at me like, "Whoa, give me my phone back," like a big raging crackhead. And I was like, "Whoa!" So I gave them their phone back. But it's showing how people are getting so used to this thing that they're like, screw all personal relations with everyone and everything in the world. I just want this device in my hand that's going to answer all my questions. And then you're seeing the kids, they're not wanting to respect the parents, the grandparents, or none of that. Especially if they're not aware. If they're not aware and parents are acting out of character, the kids are getting ignited off the energy. And it's making them nasty. And then you got certain people like me that I call the bridge. And we try to, well, not just the school, everything in general, all around you, you know. Then you got people who I call the bridge who are aware, who have to help those children, also with the older generation, period, stop, so they can understand each other. Because I'm watching younger children with all that energy and power in them railroad the older people. And because the older people aren't aware, they're like, "You're bad, you're doing this, you're doing it," and they're going at each other. And I got to get in the middle and go, hold up. You need, and it's kind of like trying to be a mediator.
The phone is going to be the new school to raise children. Watch.
Well, that's what they're pushing for, right? Yeah.
Like what's really being taught in these schools, like, but to mold you into what they want you to mold you into. It's like they're reshaping your cymatic. They're leeching onto your frequency. These parasites ruin everything. These fake actors that call the shots. Like, who are these people? They ain't my family. I don't know them. Why do we even listen to these fucking losers? You know, when I tell people, hey man, they're poisoning the food and all this shit, just look the ingredients up. It's like people have been desensitized, brain dead. They don't even care. They would have pulled this in the 90s, people would have went ape shit. It wouldn't have worked. They had to use the teachers and the school system to mold this generation with
I don't
their
think it matters when they did it. I don't think it matters when they did it, Charles. People want their comfort and their luxuries, and they're going to go overboard to get them.
Yeah, but this generation's less rebellious against bullshit, you know.
But do you feel they have every right to be rebellious? I mean, come on. Look at how we rebelled. Now you got our kids.
They're less rebellious.
Oh, less rebellious? You think so? Okay. Probably from what you're seeing and experiencing. Yeah.
And I don't mean rebellious to just be cool and shit like that. I'm talking like standing their ground to the government and shit.
Well, that depends on who you're around, though, Charles. That's what I'm saying. Not a lot of people see that going on. What I'm witnessing, I'm seeing more and more kids stand up to the law. And parents and the elderly are bowing down. And they're like, please don't do it. And the kids are like, no, this isn't right. And I'm doing it. Screw you. You do you, whatever. I'm going to stand up for myself. See, I'm experiencing that over here.
That's good.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Not in this blue state, even though it don't matter, blue, red, whatever. But
well, you got to think.
Blue is way worse.
Wait, you say in that state? How do you know though? In that state?
What, Connecticut?
Yeah.
How do you know?
How do you?
Many leftists in this state. It's a leftist state for the most part.
But what I'm saying is, are you because remember, everything comes from your personal experience.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, so right there with that right there, what I'm saying, personal. So, are you encountering any kids or seeing any of them or any of the younger generation
I'm outside every
standing
day,
up?
man.
Huh?
I see a bunch of I don't even want to say it because isn't that sad? I gotta censor my own speech. Wild shit, man. Nah, fuck that. There's rainbow flags everywhere. There's Biden antagonists lurking everywhere. It's Connecticut, man. They got the balls to call themselves the Constitution state, right? That's fucking an oxymoron. Because these people are so tyrannical. They'll A-town stomp on your fucking rights over here.
Okay, let me share something. Can I share something? The other day, I sat in a group, not with you, Mom. The other day, I sat in a group. The other day, I sat in a group of a bunch of men. A bunch of men. I don't even know if I might have did it here on your panel too. Yeah, I might have did it here. I don't know. I've done it in a few places.
Look what Crystal said. Maybe
And
you could speak on that, Kimbo.
What? Let's see. What? Speak on what?
Crystal.
Hold on. I can't see his comment. I gotta scroll way up.
Son at 17 is lost and confused. I try to combat the lies, but he's having a hard time, and I don't know what to do. I just do the best I can.
Oh, yeah, Crystal, that's all you can do. That's what I had to do with my son. At first, I was bombarding him with stuff because I wanted him to, like, be aware like me. And then he finally said, Mom, stop. You're going to ruin me all trying to have fun and at least try to, live some kind of life. So what I did is I put the brakes on and I had to learn to step back. And my son does stuff on his own, but he's still trying to live, like in the moment. But he's now becoming really aware of a lot of stuff going on. But he had to do it. He has to do it at his own rate. Like it being my son and like the main person in my family. I want it to be like, because you're gonna be with me, and I'm not gonna lose you to the system. But at the same time, I was like, oh, I'm going overboard. He's young. I'm 50 and can barely handle what I'm learning. So I'm thinking a 20-year-old, and I started this when he was 17. So he's 20 now. But at least it led him on the right path to where he's looking to himself, and he has tools. But I can't force nothing, like plant seeds. There you go. You could plant seeds. Like I'll be like, hey, see that up in the sky? Yeah, just look at that once in a while. Pay attention to that over there. See how that went on?
The father and the mother.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the father. My mother raised me, And I would look to my grandfather, my uncle, and then it became the streets for my friends, for that, the male energy you need, to learn how to fight and all that shit. My mother wasn't going to teach me how to fight.
Yep. And that's what my son struggles with, is not having the man, It's not
just about fighting. It's about that balance of energies, the female, the male.
Yeah.
A child can't go to the mother for everything, and vice versa with the father. I think, that's why America, a lot of people that like from India and stuff, the lady said that's the problem with America is children have more than one father. And I said, man, that was kind of harsh. But in reality, I think about it and I'm like, yeah, families don't stick together in America. All this divorce, they don't even take marriage serious. It's like, but yeah, we're one big experiment going wrong.
Well,
This is an experimental plantation. And you know what's wild? I think to myself when I buy food from the store that's got like red 40, and I be like, I know this shit's poisonous, and yeah, I still consume it. That's wild.
yeah. Well, this is my perception, Charles. It's not like, we're trying to put down a couple things that are bad for us. It's a whole lot of stuff, you know? So like even though stuff is bad and we still consume it, if it was less stuff, it might be easier, But it's such a long list of stuff that it takes time, you know? Like as I sit here and hit this vape that I just started smoking, see? A vape. Because I'm trying to stop cigarettes. It's a consumer world. We've been given so much stuff that even though, like, I know this is bad, I've already put down a lot of bad stuff, and I want to continue to do it. But it's like a big breaking down process, So even when I go to look at something and use it, I recognize, oh, it's bad. But I also accept the fact that, it's a process. Because I already tried to do that thing overboard where I was going to quit like 6 poisons all together. I was like, that's what I did. I was like, I'm determined. I sat here one day, I think it went 4 days. I threw my body in complete shock. And I remember I was sitting out on my deck and it was like 3 or 4 a.m. and I was sweating and shaking doing this. I felt like I was detoxing, off of drugs. And my hands calling them and I'm going, oh my God. Oh, and I'm thinking, what? I feel like I'm tripping. I hadn't slept for like a month. I was like, I do not like this feeling. And I recognized I put down soda, cigarettes, and there was like one other thing. Just only 3 things that were major. I did most of my life. I put down at once. And when I recognized that, I was like, and I went in for a cigarette. As soon as I had a cigarette, guess what? It all went away. That's how thick that stuff is. As soon as I had a cigarette a couple times, all that feeling I had was gone. And even right now, as I sit here, I am still having so much stuff come out of my body that you start swelling up. It's a hazard on your body. So that brings me back to what I was saying earlier. Subconsciously, I think our brain talks to us and it tells like your body, whoa. It goes like into a protection mode. Okay, whoa, slow down. Okay, now you're trying to do this. Wait, halt, too much. Okay, go back in for the poison because your body may go in overdrive. Remember I was telling you yesterday my face was swelling up? So I'm taking it easy because I don't know what's going on and I don't want to go to the hospital because I'm terrified of them. I want to walk in there, So I'm staying home and doing my own I'm doing Reiki on my face.
That's sad.
Stuff to get this out.
I don't trust hospitals either, man, or doctors. Look at the background. Danny noticed it.
I like that. I know.
He was on the moon side, and I'm on the sun side. And there's your balance.
Yeah. I like that picture too.
I want to see how this looks behind. I like the Aurora Borealis one. I think that's cool.
That one's nice.
I want to see how this looks.
Ride it out with a spliff. Ooh, I like that one. Oh well, cause I'm over the fire. I look like I'm being burned in the fire. Charles, I'm like.
Yeah, I think this one's better. Yeah, the fire ones are better for a cover. It's better than in the background. It's time to. I got to get the owl. I can't find that. I might have to re-find that. The owl. I want that for the front.
The owl. I like those lights.
Something about salt water. I think salt water is a major conductor And that's why fish are so strong. I think they're in that constant frequency. Um, you know what I was thinking? Someone made a good point about shrimp are ocean roaches because they're in the same family as roaches, right? They're cousins. And the guy said we turn that into a delicacy, right? Roaches of the sea. And they were created to filter the bottom of the ocean out. And think about how many barrels of toxins were dumped in the ocean by the military allegedly, and you know, them cans are gonna rust and bust open. Like, but anyway, we disrespect Mother Earth to the utmost. What would happen if there was no more roaches at the bottom of the sea to filter out? Like, I think every animal has a purpose to work it. To work as we gotta work as an orchestra. Everything has a purpose to do something in this realm, right? Like, even they say trees filter the air, however true that is, but everything has a purpose, man. Just like we need them ocean roaches at the bottom instead of fishing them all out.
Right.
I just found out there's flying fish.
Wait. Oh, flying fish. Yeah.
The person caught one and was holding it up. It had like wings. I never seen that fish ever.
Wait a minute. Okay, does it come out of the water and start flying, or is it already flying and hits the water?
Yeah. It's wild.
It comes out of the water and starts flying?
Huh. What happened to Starship Troopers?
I want to figure this out. If it comes out of the water and starts flying, that means the wings are able to instantly dry off and fly. How does that work?
I don't know, but
the wing has a mechanism where it comes out and instantly dries and is able to, because, you know, watching everything.
Like a genetic modification, for sure. Let me see if I can get a picture of them and show you.
Yeah, there you go. I want to see it.
So I can't share my screen.
Yeah.
Phones should be able to share a screen.
We're told that.
I mean, I could do split screen on my phone, but why can I share a screen? Oh, Vibes of Cosmos just went live.
That could be something they're just telling us, Charles. Flying fish. That's what I'm trying to see over here. I mean, come on.
Yeah, all these rivers, Hurricane JW, are fucked. The Connecticut River got mercury in it. Ohio River got C8. They dumped millions of gallons of that shit. And one drop will poison an Olympic-sized swimming pool. And they've been dumping truckloads. Like, these people need to get... I don't even want to say it. Not even going to incriminate myself.
Yeah, just find that flying fish. I want to see that flying fish.
Yeah. We need to send a torpedo flying fish at Schmeiden.
I want to figure this out because, you know,
duck.
Some things I don't believe in unless someone actually says, yes, I've seen one, I've had it.
You know what else I learned? That I think it's in Asia, they don't use pesticides, right? They use ducks, and ducks eat all the bugs that will ruin the crops where they grow. I forgot what it is, but I said, damn. Only I put in the chat or in the comments. Only in America they love pesticides here.
Oh, of course. Well, America, we're the only place over here that's, you know, poisoning the people and, you know, doing all that crap. They're not doing that in other countries, right? They're not doing that in other countries.
Flying fish. Some of them.
Flying fish.
Russia don't. They At least Putin, he outlawed GMOs. You can't grow them. You'll go to prison. You can't even have them in the country, period. Like, all their stuff is grown fresh. No GMOs. Like, they could say whatever they want about Putin, but he keeps his people healthy. These globalists don't give a fuck about nobody in this country. They need to go back to where they came from, which is in the fucking garbage can. Haha. Alright, flying fish. Yep. Wait till you see this picture. These things look weird. Yo. The flying roach. In Puerto Rico, they got flying roaches. Things hit the window, it'll be like, bink!
I had to get water. I'm not there yet. Did you find it?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to see this flying fish. Let's figure it out. Because unless someone tells me, hey, I encountered a flying fish, and there's a whole bunch of people that say it and encounter witness it, I'm probably not going to believe it, but I'm just saying. Let's see.
Hold on. I'm downloading a few different.
This ought to be interesting. This is going to be my comedy for the day. Flying fish. I heard koala bears were not real. That's why, you know, I want. That's interesting. I heard they were not real.
Well, the koala bear is not real if they're real.
I heard a lot of animals in zoos were not real. You know, like they actually put people in costumes. So
Like this. Oh, yeah, I heard of that too. Gorillas are real. Maybe some are fake.
But like how they show what some of them do, some things they do and how they act and compare it to what normally a gorilla would do in a zoo. I looked all into that. Like at some zoos it said some people might be dressed. I mean, this is when I was learning about all kinds of stuff and I was like, what the hell?
Here's your flying fish.
Okay, I know it's pretty, but
it's ugly as fuck.
You think that's ugly? Really?
Not this one.
Oh, great bait.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, we got fins as wings.
Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to look at the wings. Okay, so if it comes out of the water, somehow those things are able to dry real quick, and I guess, okay, I want to see one coming out of the water and flying.
They could walk on land too.
Walk? What do you mean walk? Now they got feet?
Yeah, they fucking moonwalk. This was the real Jesus walking on.
Okay, Charles, stop playing with me. I just want to see a video of him letting that thing go and it flies and then it goes down in the water and it comes back up and flies again. That's all I want to see. Okay, well, I like that one. That one is cute. I think that's a cute little booger.
In Florida, man, only in Florida, you see people jumping in waters with gators. Man, them people are wild.
Yes, those people are wild. No, you know why? Because there's things behind that. Like, you know, you kind of regulate where you go. You don't go diving in the Everglades, you know, where there's a bunch of, where there's a bunch of gators. But we are reckless in Florida. You know, we're
Yeah,
reckless. So
they
like,
show video on YouTube of people wrestling the gators in Florida, and people they're not playing, man.
well, now let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you how avid I am. I don't know about the whole gator scenario, but like as far as the ocean and sharks and all that, I'm a very avid ocean person. And I don't care unless I'm in an area where I know it might be shark infested and I was told I have been there, I already know as a Floridian, born and raised on boats, hunting, raised as a basic redneck, we don't have any fear where we can be out in a boat, way off land in the water, and if you're out fishing and doing anything, we jump off a boat and we swim because we don't go by a lot of. I know they'll say shark attacks, this, and that, but your chances of a shark attack are a lot less likely than a car accident, texting while driving, getting shot. The chances are a lot slimmer. I don't care what the mainstream news says, maybe in certain parts of the world, but here, you don't hear of a lot of shark attacks. And I've had encounters where I've been snorkeling and I've had sharks swimming all underneath me, and like 12 feet. That's it. And they didn't mess with me, they didn't do nothing. It's a lot of it is a matter of how you act too and react, you know? So I don't go by a lot of fear. And I notice people who do go by fear, you're talking yourself out of actually experiencing things. I've actually watched people say, wait, don't do that. And I was like, no, don't even say that because as soon as you put those words out there, you make it happen. I've watched people go, don't do that. And I was like, no, because I put in my head it's not going to happen. But I don't put out there this is going to happen because as soon as you say it, it will happen. But a lot of stuff is not as dangerous as,
But
society makes it to be.
I used to, be around my friends, and they would say stuff, and I would get a feeling, and I'd be like, "Don't do that, bro. I don't think you should." And they wouldn't listen to me and do it. And exactly what I would say happened. But look what Hurricane JW said. Because Putin, as I said earlier, was allegedly making threats to the U.S. because we got ding-dongs like Schmeiden and all these other fools, these globalists that they're just parasites to our country. And we must put some pesticides on these parasites. They are so like evil and psychotic, right? That they'll do something like the September event and then blame Russia because everyone will believe what the TV says. Just like to this day, people think real airplanes flew into the building. They did no proper investigation. So I'm just waiting for these shitholes to pull that again. Because a psychotic person gets away with it one time, then what do? They start other incidents, right? The one in Boston and the many pow-pows and these places of so-called education. Once they get away with one thing, it's like a thief, man. Or they're just gonna keep pushing that line.
Yep.
And they won't stop because they're getting bold. And look what Biden said. He said people think they're gonna try to do something about it. I was listening to Hurricane JW. He played the clip, and I remember hearing about that speech. That shit pissed me off. Like, that's supposed to be a president. We shouldn't even be in this situation.
I know, Charles, your avatar is blank. That's weird. Crystal
Blank?
pointed it out. Yeah, it just went blank all of a sudden. Oh. And maybe that's why, folks. I told you our horns are clashing up here, and for some reason he keeps getting kicked off. My horns are a little stronger. My horns are a little stronger at this point. Come back, Charles. Put my little antennas out there. No avatar. Maybe we're talking too much smack. Maybe you should be talking so much smack. Maybe you should be talking more positively. Say, we love the president. We love this world. We accept what you assholes have done, and we're going to take it back. Yes. There you are. It worked.
What's up, Christos?
It worked. Back. See? It happened. All right.
If we can get...
Maybe we're talking too much smack, and they're taking you down. We're talking too much smack.
Probably. Yeah, I'd be speaking some facts sometimes, and it probably hurts their feelings.
Yeah. So they take the host out. They leave me sitting here alone.
Who knows? Like, I wouldn't doubt it.
I know. I'm just
They pay
playing.
people just mess with people, or they're sadistic. They'll do it for fun. They get a fixation. They get happy. They love it. Those are the type of people you just punch them in the fucking mouth. Like Mike Tyson used to say. Everyone, got something to say or fucks around until they get their jaw broken. Then they start to think twice afterwards. I'm not, saying that like I'm the toughest motherfucker out there, but it's just factual.
No, I know. Believe me,
I've
Charles, I
even
have
twice
feel the way.
lost, and it made me think twice next time. So I speak from experience. I've lost fights in my life.
Well, let me tell you, Charles, you know what my mom is learning now? Because she knows if she brings news to me and it's something that's not right, I'm like, where is the place? Tell me what happened. I'm going in. I'm going to take care of it, She knows I'm like that. She has literally stopped coming to me with bad information because I have to literally stop her now. She'll come to me and I'll be like, wait a minute. Are you about to tell me something that isn't right and someone was done wrong? And I was like, if so, leave it there. Because if you don't want me to be involved, get involved in it, fix it, I don't want to know about it. And I said, because I'm the type that's gonna. So now my mom is like, she stops and thinks. She'll be like, Kim. And I'll be like, yeah. And she'll be like, do you know? And I'll be like, I just look at her, right? Like, what do you get ready to tell me? She's like, oh, never mind. She goes, never mind. Because she knows I'm going to go up in the place and I'm going to speak a few words. And she's like, why do you always got to do that? Why can't you just go along? I said, well, that's the problem. We've all gone along for so long. And I said, now it's to a point like just yesterday. Now it's to a point where we've gone along so much. I said, we're getting random bills in the mail. Like I'm getting random bills of money I own to whomever, whenever, at whatever point in time in my life. That's how desperate they're getting. And if you try to call like I do just to say, who are you? And why are you bothering me? And what do I owe you for what? Just to get some answers. You don't even get a person. You get one option. It's called dial a number and put in your credit card. And if not, well, it's just going to mess up your credit and all that. So we've reached a world where they're not even trying to, go at bat with you and figure things out. Hell, yesterday, I had to go back and forth between my medical marijuana doctor and my dispensary. Not once, twice, but 3 times a lady. I had to go back and forth between them 3 times just to tell them how to do their job and how they messed up my prescription. And I'm over here like, is my doctor more high than I am when I go in? She probably is. She's from India. She probably is. And they're over here messing. So I'm over here like, you're a doctor, you're a dispensary, you're this, you're that. And guess what? I'm fixing it all for you. This is the world we're in. It's ridiculous. We reached a world where we do not need degrees, student loans. I owe money on student loans still for med school, where you never needed none of that stuff to get anywhere in life unless you're going to participate in the illusions all around you. Hence all the fabulous jobs they want you to go to college for and all that. And we reached a time where you didn't need none of that. And you can actually run around here and do a lot of these people's jobs that they're horribly failing at. And in my eyes, it's kind of comical because it's like, really? I jumped on that train where I tried to get my AA degree, my 2-year degree, 4-year degree, master's degree, bachelor's degree, doctorate. I was going to go down the whole line. I wanted to be a brain surgeon, a doctor, an RN, a psychiatrist. I want a lawyer. And guess what?
You're a master of self.
Exactly. We're in the time now where we didn't need none of that, nor did we ever. And they have people all messed up and stressed out trying to become those things. And we didn't need no help. We can all do it from where? From within. Our own knowledge and our own brains and our own common sense. And listening to our body. And whatever. Listening to ourselves, first and foremost. And not outside sources. Okay, I yield.
I'm glad I didn't go to college. Fuck that. I had some friends that did.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a bill, you know? That's all it is.
Charles, I was so hell-bound and determined to be that. My plan, this was my plan. I wanted to be an RN. I wanted to work half of the year here, and the other half of the year, I wanted to volunteer in another country and go work there without being paid, use my own personal money, and help out other people. That's how far I wanted to go. But every time I couldn't get past a simple algebra class because either a teacher wouldn't help, there was no time, there was no resources, whether it was a stupid English research paper that had to be like 10 pages long, and I just didn't have the skill set to write a paper, those stupid things stopped me. And when I started to realize how many times I kept going into college over and over and over again, I was like, okay, this is bullshit. And that's when I went for a 9-month medical assistant course, which got me a student loan that I still owe money on, that I'm never going to pay. And mainly because, you know, again, that was a scam. They even lied to me there. I wasn't even considered a licensed medical assistant. I was scammed even through that. I found out you still have to get your license. Otherwise, you can't work in Florida. And I was like, what? I just spent $10,000 on this course and 9 months of my time. And then when I came up here to Lake City, I was like, okay, you're going to get back into the medical field. And this was, again, before I became more aware. Then I took a CNA course that was only 2 weeks long. It was only $350. I was like, I can swing that. They need CNAs around here in Lake City. Let me go be a CNA. It's kind of like a medical assistant, only more personal care. It's the personal care. But there was a reason I went through that class, completed it, did very well, was getting ready to go get my license. I had to do a whole background check from charges I had in the past. I had to get approved through the nursing board to even go get my license. And I got approved. And I was all happy, skippity-doo-dah over here, like, yay, I'm going to be a CNA. I'm going to make good money. I can even do it myself and have my own business. And then guess what happened right before I got my license? The C word came out. And there went that. Okay, what is that? State of... I can't see, it's too blurry. Big screen, you. There you go. State of Connecticut. All right, Department of
Went
Public.
to school for lead abatement and asbestos removal and got certified by the state. But
Oh,
this is what I mean. I tried to look for a lead abatement job for over a year. As soon as I let the license expire, what happens? I finally found someone that had the position, right? That's how it works. But just because you go to school don't mean you're promised that job. And that's what I found out through friends. I went to college, and even a lot of my friends said what they learned in college, like to be a chef. He said what he learned in school, he didn't really apply any of that into the job.
nope.
You know, your best learning is on the job. You're gonna learn the most then. You know, fuck these. It just prepares you for what you're gonna do. It really don't give you no experience.
And not only that, Charles, when you go to these schools and colleges and get that fancy education, you are going into a job field where they're already expecting you not to ask questions. They want you to comply. And that's when I started to pick up, like for me, I was over here like, wait a minute, I'm going to go into a medical field where they want you to, and I started to experience that with all the jobs I had. I worked in pain management centers, doctor's office, primary care, all kinds of places. And I was always a sore thumb in the unit because they were all on board and it was bow down. The doctor said this, comply. And I was always the sore thumb of the bunch because I was over here like, well, they're ripping this patient off. That ain't right. I'm not shutting up about that. Wait a minute, do what to this person? I'm not listening to that. So every job I had, I could sense and already feel I was an oddball. So you'd have like all the girls going to lunch and all doing their thing. And I was always over here in my own little corner because I was like, and this ain't right and I don't like it. And therefore I never stuck around long. Just like when I finished that CNA course, to me, it was meant to be that I didn't go get my license because when that C word hit, if I was a CNA here in Lake City when the C word was around, and I'm knowing what I know is going on now, knowing me, I would have been on the front page of some news outlet and they'd have been like, CNA gone rogue. She was caught wheeling patients out of the hospital in a wheelchair. See, that's what I would do because I wouldn't comply. I would be seeing what they're doing in the medical establishment. I'd be like, that's not right. And I'm going to say something. So I wasn't even meant to work there. So you know what I did? Because I don't let them beat me. I had my own business cards made up. They're very cute. They're called Mind, Body, and Soul. I had my own business cards made up. And I started it one time. I put up street signs around for people to call. You want anything help with at home? You need help with anything? I'm willing to do yard work, trips to doctors, any of that, like a CNA would do, but in your own personal home where you're cozy with your own stuff. And I still got those business cards, and I still have that as a backdrop, But I did it for a while, and I wasn't getting calls or nothing. But I was testing it and practicing it because apparently I'm never going to be able to work for the man. Being aware I am and going with what they do, that is never going to be feasible for me. But I'm glad because I do live in a town here where a lot of the doctors are already going holistic medicine. They don't believe in a lot of this stuff. A lot of them are more into, the more natural healing, acupuncture, massage therapy, healing frequencies. A lot of these doctors are going this route in my town. They're actually leaving. I've watched them go down the line. They went from being a primary care doctor. They came down to being Suboxone doctors, to help people. Then they came down to medical marijuana doctors. That's where they are now. So you see a lot of them slowly starting to step down because they're tired of it and they don't like it. And I've had them tell me that because I've talked to them. I ask them when I go talk to them. I get personal with people. So they're slowly starting to step down what they believe in and do. And it's nice. So when I see it, I'm like, yay. But a lot of people aren't going to see that where they are and where you go, And that's where a lot of people will think maybe nothing's going right. unless you're really experiencing it, you know, like around you. I yield. Sorry, my energy's on fire. It has been lately. Thank you for let me let my fire out, Charles. You just bust out the water whenever you want. I yield right now.
Yeah, you were cooking, so
Yeah, thank you. It's
gotta
nice
pay
to do that. Yeah.
pay them loans. Fuck
Yeah,
these
put that up
corporations.
barter.
To me,
Barter.
corporations ruined this alleged American dream, right? That people went for
Yeah.
when people had business, you know, restaurants. Now everything is like bulk, right? They sell you a bulk of poison. Huh. You could buy the poison in bulk now, cheaper. You can buy your made in China garbage cheaper, right? Get everything from China. We got no jobs. We don't even make our own stuff. These people have fucked this country up. I remember when there were factories everywhere in the 90s before they all closed down and magically moved somewhere else. America produced its own shit, and now yeah, globalization. Fuck communism and capitalism. It's the globalism. I think because they instilled into the people's mind, right? Part of this experiment in psychological war is, I say let's do something about it. We defeat ourselves before we even try. I think that's part of psychological war. You know.
And Charles, we defeat ourselves down to very simple things, right?
Yeah.
Even simple things, yeah.
Part of it too. Yeah.
So even a simple thing versus like a huge thing. And you know, it's funny because people are different, situations are different, you know. I'll see people that will accomplish something very big and huge in my eyes, and I'll be like, wow. And then if I see something smaller, I'm like, wow, they couldn't achieve that, but they did the bigger task, you know. I guess it depends on how your brain works too. I don't know, but you know, and then some people will achieve something very small, but then don't want to go further than that. So, you know, there's all kinds of little types to that. Like me, I'm very big. For me, I'm very big. I'm stubborn. So my outlook on things is go big or go home. That's how I've always been, you know? So, like for me, to accomplish a small little tiny task, sometimes it's harder for me. But if it's got to be something bigger and greater on a larger scale, I normally complete that with, you know,
Yeah.
with less effort. And it's like, whoa, and it will blow my own mind.
Don't say that seriously, Ray. I hope fucking not. I hope fucking not. It's looking bad, but not that bad.
How is Venezuela looking now?
Terrible. They put their
Isn't it?
guns down and got played. As soon as they put their guns down, the army moved in and started busting shots in people's dome pieces. For real. They were assassinating people. They got played. Just like Britain and all them other countries that put theirs down. You know. But they still will come together quicker than America. They'll get pots and pans and bats and shit. They ain't playing, but you know, America, we're so divided. I don't even like to say the United States because that's the illusion. It's fucking a joke.
Well, they're already doing the scare tactics with the people on the guns. Like they came out with that little thing saying if you get your
Yeah.
medical marijuana card, you can't have your gun permit. Guess what? That's
People committing
bullshit.
crimes don't even have a gun permit, and then the people that are getting penalized are the people that can legally carry. It don't make sense. It's fucking hypocrisy at the fucking greatest. Just
I know.
like domestic terrorism and foreign, right? It's always foreign because the domestic terrorists are telling you that foreign people are doing it, but that ain't true. It's the people right in front of you that are committing the fucking tyranny, and we're fucking we're falling for the illusion, man. It's crazy. The people that are the terrorists, man, are the ones calling other people terrorists. It's wild, and people fall for it. Magicians at his finest. Hypocrisy. Just like the hypocrisy in religion, politics, all these illusions they throw at people. People are hypnotized. Like, they're fucking lost. Walking into trees. It's sad. I'm watching a roller coaster not come back up, man. That shit is going down and down until it crashes. These people don't need to attack our country because our own government's doing the best job of crashing our country. Russia, China makes so much money from our country because all their fucking products are on our shelf.
But
They don't
again,
need
that's
to
still,
attack nothing. They're not gonna attack nothing. They already did by putting all their products on our shelf. Why are they gonna attack our country? They
but
don't
see,
need to. We destroyed ourselves. That's the fucked up part.
there you go. You just said it. I was just gonna say, Charles. I was waiting for you to get to that point. They got everyone concentrate on who's attacking who's going where, who's doing this. It's all wasted energy, and it brought you right back there at the end when you just said yourself. So you got everyone concentrating on this, that. The war on drugs, the war on this, the war has always been the war on us people. The war on us, on our minds, period. That's all it's ever been. And they give us all the foreigners and this country and that country to focus on them. We got nothing to do with them. We're all people. We all deserve to live a good life. So we're all concentrating. And what does that do? What does that do when we're thinking China this, Russia that? We're getting mad at other people. We're doing the dividing and conquering for them. Period. As soon as I'm going to be blunt. And believe me, I want to say this country. I want to say that too. But when I think deeper, like really deeper in the grand scheme, now we're blaming other countries, other people, other things, other illusions they put into place. You know, it's like what is that doing for us? What is that?
I should have been
You
more
know,
clear. I'm not blaming people. I'm blaming the powers that be in every country.
I'm not saying you, Charles. I'm saying in general. You know,
We don't make
us
any
people.
power moves. You know,
Yeah.
the only power moves we make is putting the money back in the cycle.
Putting money. Oh, look, phone call. Go away. Just as you said, putting money at whatever the cycle. My phone rang. Can't make that up.
Yeah, spending that piece of paper that has no value. Rip that shit in half and tell me if you're gonna get anything for it. Not even the coins have any value. That shit's like nickel and the most they're using metals that have no value in these coins now.
That was just the metal company that called me, Charles, and they're looking for all your coins.
Yeah, nickels are used like tin and fucking. It's a joke. There's no silver and gold.
There you go. Look at Fools and Tools' last comment. No one really wants a full change.
That's the
Bam!
problem. That's scary.
Bam! Okay, now stop. You say that's a problem. I don't want to touch your nerves, stop, Charles, but listen to me for a second, okay? Let me tell you something. Let me sound like Lucid. Nobody wants a full change. I'm going to speak for myself. I want to change. I would like a full change. When am I going to get that full change? Well, I can tell you for me, it's not going to be soon. It's a work in progress. It's going to take time. It took time to build that. We have structures upon infrastructures inside structure. It's going to take a long time to break down and change it all.
But as a fucking fucked up is.
I know. I'm just saying. How many would really want to change their whole entire life?
I don't even know how we got on this topic. I think because of me. It's like a topic that is fucking depressing because in reality, nothing's gonna change. It's just gonna keep fucking being the same way.
Now, what? Okay, but see, now, that thought process right there, Charles, would talk that into existence, you know?
Fact.
Okay, but seeing you, it's a fact. You say it's a fact. Is that your anger mode speaking, or because you're saying it's a fact? Remember, Charles. We talk about. That's why I say I'm not trying to hit a nerve here. I'm not trying to upset anyone. But if we sit here and talk about energy goes where energy flows, and our thoughts and what we want to make happen. I know we can be angry. That's what I was saying. Are you speaking out of just anger right now? Because the negative thoughts are just, it's gonna prolong the process. I'm gonna be blunt. It's gonna prolong whatever we all are looking for a change in this world. The more as people collectively speak of doom and gloom, and this stuff is nasty and gross. From my personal experience, I did that for so long and I still do it. I was making my own reality right here around me. Forget the bigger picture out there. I'm sure I was making it worse out there too. Around me, I was making it worse by my own thoughts and saying that. As soon as I turned that around and was like, okay, well, I know it's shit. It's pure shit. But it ain't going to remain that way. And first and foremost, I'm starting to recognize what my thoughts manifest, whatever word you want to use, bring about, make happen in this world. I'm recognizing what it does firsthand, right here, in my own little reality. And the more I keep talking negative and nasty, I was like, it's going to bring about a negative and nasty lifestyle for me. And it was. I wasn't even getting anywhere. I was battling my family. I was fighting with them left and right. I was like, why is everything going eerily wrong and terrible over here? What is going on? I'm over here like it's the system. It's this, it's that. You know what it was me? What it was? It was me. It was me. I had to stop and take a firm look at me, and I was like, it was me. I was like, yeah, you want things to change. But are you? It came down to first and foremost, are you, me, willing to change and put down all the stuff that you're pissed about that was bestowed upon us? No.
Yeah,
not everything. Not everything. No, but no. Think really deep.
I don't
That
need
would
to
mean,
think deep.
but
I
by
don't
Charles,
speak
okay.
deep, just fucking speak it.
No, I'm saying, like right now,
And that's
you
where
would,
I'm gonna end it.
that means
I'm
no
being fearless when I
apartment.
say this. I just don't speak noise. I'm ready to back this shit up when I speak.
Okay, so living off the system or whatever with the corrupt and all changing, you would have, remember what I was saying about even getting the poisons out of your body? That puts your body into a full-blown mode. Just that. So we have the poisons to get out of our body. We have to also take back our thought process, which is very hard. We have to learn how to communicate properly, how to hold back when we need to. You have to sit in a shaman state of mind. You have to be able to sit like, how many people are ready to do that? I yield. See? That's why I was going off of Fools and Tools comment. Nobody wants a full change. I'm not saying, no, I'm not going to say nobody wants it. Achievable. Exactly. Silence is golden. Achievable. I'm not going to say people don't want it. We want it, okay? Is it attainable? Can we achieve it? With the damage we've already done to our bodies, taking back everything. Hell, I sit there and I watch how certain people actually sit there and intensely listen. Because, you know, they might want to figure out something or get somewhere. But this is a lot of damage we've done to ourselves. A lot of people, lives are even being lost because they're trying to heal. There are people trying to go back and heal trauma and all kinds of stuff that doctors have done to them, and they're actually dying because of it. That's your own body in general. Now we're talking about changing everything. I want it. I want it so bad I can feel it like a damn hemorrhoid. I'm not going to lie. But is it attainable? Thank you for that picture, Charles. I feel like I'm going to explode over here. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to say.
It's not even worth talking about it.
Why? What do you mean? That's all we talk about. What do you mean that's not what we're talking about? That's all we talk about is the system and corrupt and the change. So exactly, Christos. I think it's a lot of people don't get unresolved trauma, and you could pick it up. And it's nothing on the people, but I don't think a lot of people realize how very quickly trauma can back up on another person just by another person's actions or words. It's just a mind screw. That's what, that's why, Charles, I can get deep in that anger zone with you too. That's what I'm saying, just overall in general, it's what they've done. But then it makes you want to cry, because it's like, that's...
And I caught myself. That's why I was saying it ain't worth talking about it, because it's
okay,
like,
well, I don't know.
it brings bad energy, negative shit, like negative thoughts.
Okay.
Because the world's so fucked up, you know?
All right. Okay, well, I'm glad you said that because I was feeling like I just talked and you were just like, it's not worth talking about. And I was over here like, what the fuck?
No,
I'm
no,
not gonna lie. I was
I'm
like,
saying
it's
the
talking.
topic in general.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, no, I'm glad you said that because I wasn't reading that right. Okay. Shall I sing us a song? No, just kidding.
Revolution. I'm about to
Trying to.
listen to that. Didn't the Beatles have a song called Revolution?
Yeah, revolution. Yep. It's a revolution. Well, you know. Yeah. They say it's an institution. Well, my voice isn't good right now. I can't remember all the lyrics, but yeah, it's a good song. Institution. Yes, fools and tools, exactly. We've been taught to suppress our emotions. It makes us sick. We have to find new ways and positive ways to transmute them. And for some people, it's getting them so sick, it's building up. Like it's making my head swell up now.
It's why it's
Literally.
good to have a book to write in. I write rhymes,
Yeah.
you know, poetry, whatever. But
Well, yeah, you do the writing. I can't write really good because of my fingers, but that's why I got into the art, Charles. That's what I do the late night for my trauma. I'm out there on my deck where it's really dark in the void, and that's when I do my mixing of the paints. That's how I believe I help kick my alchemy in too. Mixing up the paints, getting a lot of my trauma out, making my own gesso, messing with it, walking around my yard at night, sitting, in silence a lot. It was hard to even get to that spot, for me, because I had so much utter clutter noise in me. And I still do, but it's a work in progress. Oh, there's my other clutter noise kicking off. You can't make this up. Stop it. I'm not joking when I say if you start talking, everything it will answer you and reply. It's not a joke. Okay, you're back. Good.
yeah, I'm probably gonna jump off in like 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to go eat.
Eat. That sounds good. I gotta eat. I actually get a massage today, Charles. At 5 o'clock, I go get a full body massage. I'm so excited to work on my back and my fascia and my body for my back and my arms and my head. Oh, it's gonna be nice.
Why, you got a hot tub?
No, I go to my chiropractor. I pay him $60 for the massage. And I'm gonna show you guys something else. Can I just show something else, Charles? Put me on the big screen. Let me show something else. Okay, hold on. Me and my cigarette are moving to the kitchen. Okay. I'm going to get a massage. This is something they don't do with the people now. When they massage you on the table, you used to lay flat like this, right? They're pushing you down. They're pushing you in a mode like this, where you're curved over. I found a massage therapist now that she massages you on your back like this. So it brings you more into the aware position because a lot of people are going forward because the trauma collects on your back and collects in your belly and you're being pushed in the table I've had massages where afterwards, when I got up, I couldn't even bend over or nothing. I was like, it messed me up more. So this lady gives a massage on your back like this and rubs out your fascia and your back here and all these spots to help release the trauma and get the trauma off your back. And when she does this and I walk out of there, I am like fully upright. I don't mean to do that, but you know what I mean? I'm fully upright. I'm fully upright and feeling better. And normally people walk out like, oh, I feel this is good, but they're over, like, you know, like say a Homo sapien. They're bent over like this. You need to be in a more aware position. So that's why I'm excited, because when I go there and get massage, I'm going to walk out. I'm probably going to be even more aware. When I walk out, I'm going to be upright and feeling good and have all those energy points rubbed out and everything. And she's very good. You know, they don't teach us this stuff. Not many people know this. Just like we're supposed to be breathing differently. People don't even know that. A lot of people don't know we're supposed to be breathing differently.
Yeah. I was reading that in that book, The Complete Book of Witchcraft. I think it's lesson 4 or 5.
Really? Yeah. And I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to be indecent, my friends. I just wanted to give you, you know, what they do. That's all. It's magical shit.
Acupuncture. They do acupuncture and what Kimba does, the tuning fork.
I'm going for acupuncture too next week. See, that's what I'm really going all out over here. I'm going back to an acupuncturist. I have this little Chinese MD lady in Gainesville. I'm going back to her. She helped me with my nerve pain right after my surgery, my carpal tunnel surgery. I'm going back to her. I'm getting this massage. I'm hellbound and determined. But at the same time, I'm also recognizing how dangerous it is. That's what I'm saying. It's very dangerous to people. And you got to tread lightly if you're trying to heal and do stuff like this. What are you going to eat, Charles? I'm going to have me some eggs and bacon.
I was thinking eggs.
Eggs?
Some, onions and peppers.
That's good.
Some cheese that's terrible for you.
Nah, yeah. Well, what if you had the eggs with just out the cheese? See, that's what I did. I used to put eggs on my cheese. Cheese on my eggs all the time. And I went like one step down. I started with there's like a little example. I started with now when I eat my eggs, I don't put cheese on them. That's like one small step for mankind, I should say. Start small. You know? I love cheese on my eggs, Charles.
With ketchup, salt,
Yeah.
pepper.
Yeah.
I gotta try that new salt Christos is talking about.
It's not Himalayan
Alchemy.
salt.
You need that alchemy.
Is it Himalayan salt? I've been using that lately. Himalayan salt. It was funny. I was hearing we needed Himalayan salt, and I have a Himalayan salt lamp right over here in my corner of my room with all my crystals. And I was like, can I just go lick the lamp? The Himalayan salt lamp. Can I just go lick the lamp? Himalayan salt. Your body's well aware. Yeah. It's great when you could start really listening to your body. When you start to really pick up where pain is really coming from and realize what it is and can contain it, it's beautiful. Because no one else is telling you how your body feels.
I use pink Himalayan salt, but the word on the street of salt is that's not the best.
Yeah.
I want to get like pure salt.
It's like I've been using baking soda lately. I've been washing my face and body with baking soda. There's something behind that too. It helps, like, after you've been getting a lot of toxins out of your body. Like, I have all kinds of crazy stuff coming out of my skin that I'm like, oh, you know. That's why it's a little frightening. I've been using baking soda. That works good.
Pink salt over white salt. I agree. That white salt is like bleached. I don't know. There's a lot of additives, especially Morton's. Terrible. You might as well put Johnson & Johnson baby powder for salt.
Right. Oh, that breathing, Ray, is powerful. When you start learning how to really do breath work, you could push a lot of stuff off your body. I pushed out serious pain areas with, and I'm talking, it's like labor breathing. The way you do it, I mean, you go in.
You're feeding your body all the oxygen, man.
Yeah, you're pushing it out. I pushed out stuff on my arms that was severely bothering me. I walk around here when I do laundry, and I do the. I have to do that just for my body to move and not hurt. That's the damage I've done on my body. So when I walk around and work, I'm constantly having to go. And you push out your belly first. When you inhale, you push out your belly.
It's not called the breath of life or nothing.
Right?
Salt is a conductor. I think that's why fish are just so powerful, man. Their muscle and the way they just fly through the water.
Like the flying fish? No. Yeah, listen. You know what I did, Charles? A while ago, I went and got all these books. I got all these books because, you know, I don't read a lot. And I started to pick up, they even pump out everything. Even the way they sell everything, design everything, is all pumped out in a matter of time for us people. So I got this book called Trigger Points. It shows you how to thoroughly rub all these areas out that a lot of people are dealing with. So I use this book, and I do self-massage on me. Then I got this book called The Empowered Empath. When I read this, I realized there are kind of like 3 types of empaths or whatever, that term they give. Whether you're carrying other people's energy on you, physically, mentally, whatever. Then I got a self-Reiki book over here. I've learned a lot with this. I have to use this a lot on myself. And guess what? If you don't do a lot of this stuff on yourself, it leads you to go to a hospital if you're lazy. And you're like, oh, this hurts. Then you go and they're like me, they'd be like, you got tendinitis and you got this and you got that. And it'd be like, no. Bitches, I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Look, I only have to rub myself. See, that's what it boils down to. Then I got the chakra book, but you know, I got this one about all the crystals, the food, the colors, and everything down what you should use for each chakra, okay? This was the fun book.
Yeah, each vegetable is somehow shaped. Like
this
now, I know
fun
why they call them kidney beans for a reason. They're shaped like your kidneys.
Right? Then when I got this Mercury retrograde book, I started going through a little bit of it, but then I started questioning the planets. That's when I questioned the planets, and I was like, well,
The
it's all
planets are
planets.
energy, or
I
whatever.
know, well,
We could
I
call
know, but
them vibration points. We could call them chakras.
exactly. But because I didn't know if it was a planet or not, I was like, I'm not really going into the Mercury retrograde too much. It might not even be a planet. Then I got the chakra for beginners here that I go through. Then I got. Now I only pick apart these a little bit at a time. Stretching. This is really important. All the stretches you can do, you can actually reset your own nervous system. Your vagus nerve, you can reset your own system on your own by stretches and breathing and maybe healing frequencies. Then this is a new one. Crystal pairing. Look at this one, Charles. This is nice.
Yeah,
Crystal
I like
pairing.
that.
Which ones you put together? This is a not, no, yeah. And it goes to which ones you put. Now, this is intense for me. And that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of work. A lot of work to put in. Crystals to put together. And then there's a thing, do you believe in it? Now, for me, in order for the stuff to come true in your reality, you must have the belief that it works. This has everything in it. This is a great book. And then, of course, this is my favorite one because this is the George Cervantes Medical Encyclopedia for Growing Your Cannabis, which I need greatly. So this gives you everything under the sun of what to do with your plants. And I don't have to take advice from every Tom, Dick, and Harry in town. It's already helped me mess up my plants. Yep. You see? So what I was saying, like Charles, these books just started coming out like a year ago. I think they come out for a reason because they weren't there before. Now all of a sudden everyone's into healing and crystals and healing and frequencies
Yeah,
and this and
that's what I was
chakras,
saying yesterday. It's like another
Mhm.
religion.
Yeah, kind of, right? It might feel like that.
They're trying to hand you your
Some people.
reality. They want you to see it the way they see it instead of you seeing it in your own way. But yeah, let me jump out of here. I'm hungry.
Okay, Charles. All right, me too. Thank you so much.
This was a really good live stream. Thank you, Kimba. This
No
was,
problem.
a good one.
Yeah.
And
Thank
peace
you
to
for
the
letting
chat.
me speak. Yes. Have a good day, Charles.
I appreciate you all. This was a good build. Conversation, whatever. I'm hungry and I'm out. Peace to the gods. And I'll check you out next time. I'm out.